You ready?
Go, man.
Briefly tell one of your family's best stories or tall tales.
What?
Briefly tell me like one of your family's best stories or tall tales.
God, I don't know what that would be. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
Okay. What was the best advice your parents gave you?
Do what you say you will do. And make sure that what you say and what you do is correct and right. And that's about all I know.
Okay. What did you love most about your father?
He looked like a mountain to me as I grew up because he was tall. And he didn't talk much. Uh, the one thing I can say is when I made mistakes, he did not jump and give me a bad time. The only tough time was when I for some reason I threw a fork on the floor when I was little. He says, "Pick that up." I said, "No." I cried the whole night. From then on, I used a spoon. That's all I could say. I was very cautious.
What did you love least about your father?
In his early days, he was a little bit on the wrong side of life. He used to drink, and I was old enough at that time to understand what he was doing. And Mom would say, "Go out and look in the smokehouse." That's where we kept stuff, out outhouse, smokehouse. See if you can find the bottle. If you do, take it and pour it out. I knew what she was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He was living through a tough time during the recession. I was born in 32, recession just began to fall all over you. And it was a hard thing to do, hard way to live. And I didn't see it because they took care of me. I didn't see it then, I know it now.
Yeah.
And I know it was on his mind. I knew that.
Blake, can you turn it down a little bit, please?
I knew it was on his mind most of the time.
Thank you.
Because he had to look ahead and see where can I work, what can I do, how can I feed my family. I don't own anything, I don't have any money, and it's frustrating. I know that. Frustrating as heck. And then he began to change. And he quit drinking. I knew that something was changing, but when he quit that things smoothed out. He never yelled at Mom, ever,
No.
never. But he was never placed in a position where that I could see they got along well. It was his second marriage.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was married before. I used to know the name of the girl, woman. I don't know. And Ron and I had a joke running. And I said, Ron, somebody mentioned a sister that we might have had. And of course, this was when he was a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you don't know anything about this? He says, oh, Sister Sue. It's been going on forever. And that's all he'd say. He wouldn't, even if he knew, he wouldn't tell me. But I don't think. He'd just laugh and say, Sister Sue. Laugh it off.
Okay. What did you love most about your mother?
She loved me.
Yeah.
I was her friend. She was my friend, and I loved her. She took care of me. I took care of her. If I did something wrong, she would find a way to correct it. And I helped her in everything she did because she had hard work. We washed clothes. I punched clothes in a outside fire in a wash tub when I was young, and real young. She said, just stay away from it. Just do this. That's all you do. Don't do anything else. And I'd do it, and she said, oh, okay, we're good now. Leave it alone. Let it sit for a while. It'll burn down, and then it'll cool off a bit, and we'll pour the water out and wring it. Okay. And in the meantime, you ought to go down to this creek. We had a creek around maybe 100 yards or less from the house, and get a bucket of water or so. Okay? And then take some milk over to where we store the milk in a cold water source, natural water. I mean, it was good and it was cold. That's where we kept that was our refrigerator when I was little.
When was she born?
When? She died in 81. She was 69. She died in 80 and she was 69.
Where was she born?
Huh?
Where was she
Where?
born?
In the county, Johnson County, near Paintsville, and it was the name of a creek. We had different names for things, but she was in Johnson County, which was 19 or 23 miles from where Dad was born, I think. That was north. That's the way the water ran, but it was running north instead of. I called it south because I was always going up to Pikeville, which is downhill. That's a strange world.
What did you love least about her?
There was nothing that I didn't like about her. We were friends, and she was my mother, and I loved her.
Okay.
We were friends. And she was good. She was good to you. I wouldn't trade her for anybody.
Good. Why did you have the number of children that you did?
I don't know. Because I loved your mother, I guess. I'm sure. I don't know.
What responsibilities did your parents require of you growing up?
Require of me
Mhm.
growing up like what?
What responsibilities did they?
Oh. Well, like I told you before, hunting coal for the fires and the cook stove off the railroad, for one. That was a responsibility I had. Carrying milk over to the spring, carrying water from the spring to drink. Help put out fires that I lit. No. I did light one by myself. And it was all grass about that high, brown. We put it out. It was tough. Some guy stopped by and helped us. Don't even know who he was.
So how did that influence you as a parent?
I don't really have an answer for that.
You don't have to have answers for it. So then what was the easiest thing about raising a family?
The what?
What was the easiest thing about raising a family?
I
I can tell you. The
Huh?
creation of them. The act of
No,
creation.
that was the most fun. Not the easiest.
that was the fun part.
I
But-
want to hear that.
But it was tough. It was tough. You were scared. You're a little bit scared all the time. Because the first kid, okay. Second, you start worrying. Third, you continue to worry. Can I keep this family going? Can I? She can if I can find a way to do it. Find a way to have the assets to do it. And also making sure that they got to school and that they learn. And without force.
Was that sufficient? What I said?
Hmm?
Was that sufficient? What I said?
And they satisfied me.